All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Spencer Hesseltine. I am the Digital Marketing Director at HOA.com. What we're going to be talking about today is digital marketing. So this is Eric's 1% in his revenue calculator. So I made sure to get a 1% in there for you guys. Lot to cover today. A couple different goals for you guys. One is to take some of this stuff home with you and be able to apply it immediately to your businesses. Second is I'm going to try not to fry your brain. We are going to go through a lot. I can get very in-depth, but I'm going to try to keep this somewhat high level for you guys. And I think third, I'm going to try not to fall off the stage. So other than that, we can go ahead and, then I'm going to end up like Lacey over here. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I built these slides in a way to, if you see that little orange hexagon up there, I believe it's hexagon, this is something that you can take home right now. You can apply right now to your business. Okay, so most everything we're going to be talking about today should apply to majority of businesses, whether they're local, digital, national, on all three of those scales. Okay. So here's our agenda. I'm a straight blueprint, which means I have to have an agenda. I like to follow agenda. I like to be on time. If I'm on time, I'm 5 minutes early. So introduction and disclaimers. I do have a disclaimers page because I need it for you guys. You guys need it. Website structure and architecture, SEO, social media, and then I have a smaller list of tools that you guys can, again, take home with you to implement into your digital marketing strategies. If you have a second, scan the QR code. Let me know that you're here, that you're enjoying the presentation, hopefully. I know it just started, so we can wait till the end until you can tell me you did or did not like it. Awesome. Introduction. This is me. This is my family. Again, my name is Spencer Hesseltine. I have 5 kids. My beautiful wife above me, that was in Mexico last spring break. I moved from Iowa to Arizona in 2006. I started working at a digital marketing firm, but I was with U-Haul corporate in downtown Phoenix, as well as OfferPad for both for about 5 years. Primarily the technical and SEO guy. I'm a Leo. I'm big into astronomy. Dad mode. I have 5 kids. I am straight dad mode. As soon as I get off work, it's baseball, it's practice, it's sports. Baseball. I'm also the co-founder of Civil America, which is an apparel company that I created. It's a Patriot-based company to support veterans as well as America. And then bank code is BKAN. The more I grow in my professional career, it's more of BAKN. If you don't know what that means, go to crackmycode.com. You can begin speaking to your customers in their love language, their business language, and who kind of they are, which this means blueprint, knowledge, action, nurturing. So for business, that's me. I'm a blueprint first, then I look for the knowledge, then I take the action, and then, well, nurturing last. It's complete opposite, not complete opposite with my kids. It's nurturing first, right? Cool. Disclaimers. I can get really passionate about internet marketing, and I could talk about this stuff all day long, okay? I do tend to talk fast, so write down any questions you might have. Slides are text heavy. I am a digital marketing nerd with marketing mouthpiece, data nerd. And then I can get technical, so if you do have questions, like I said, please write them down. We'll have a Q&A at the end. I love answering questions, so please, anything, no question is a bad question. And then everything we're talking about today, I do marketing services through HOA.com. So if you want to explore other opportunities with me with HOA.com, we can absolutely have discussions and see what makes sense for your business. Cool. So jumping right in, website, URLs, structures, architecture, the must-haves, general, okay? You got to have analytics. If you don't have Google Analytics, you have no clue where you are, where you're going, and where you started to where you want to be. Search Console, another Google training tool to make sure you have good analytics and your site has good health. Make sure your site's secured and have an XML sitemap. So if you don't know exactly what that means, everything you're going to see today, if you don't know what it means, I would say Google it or ask me at the end. XML sitemap is basically a way to tell Google, hey, here's my 500 pages on my website. Put them all in your search. All pages, we're going to talk a little bit about technical SEO today. Page title, meta description, heading tags, H1 only have one, H2s have multiple. As well as different page types. Obviously, you're going to need a home page, right? An about page, a contact, a pricing, product pages, and location pages. So we're going to talk a little bit about those today. I do have a couple asterisks on the location pages because depending on what you're trying to accomplish, there's different ways to build these out for the local SEO that you want to bring traffic in for. Sweet. So the different type of pages, we just talked about the standard ones, right? Transactional based pages. Okay. So each one of you guys has a different business. Okay. Some of you have overlapping businesses, and that's fine. Because I was talking with Lacey earlier, I'm going to ask you what you do for your business.
We are starting a clinic for children with autism.
All right. Beautiful. Great. I love that. My kids just played in an autism awareness tournament, baseball tournament last weekend. So in this case, for Lacey, she would want website.com/autism awareness because people are searching for autism awareness. We'll get into keywords here in a minute. But those are specific keyword-based information. If you're able to put the keyword inside the URL of your landing pages, you're going to have a higher opportunity for Google to see that and understand, hey, this is about autism awareness. Heading tags, autism awareness. We'll get into that. Product service space. So what's the CTA? What's the goal? So you have the awareness, but is it come to my clinic or come, what's the goal? What's the call to action? So you can also have those type of URLs. And then location based, we talked a little bit about this. We'll continue to speak about this throughout the presentation. But if you're specifically targeting local markets, build out those location pages. Okay. So let's say you're in the top 5 most populous markets. So you're in New York and Orlando and Atlanta and Phoenix and LA or Dallas, Fort Worth or whatever you're in. Build out those location pages because that's going to help with your local SEO. So you're going to have that local based keyword term all over that page along with the products and services you offer. Cool. Another type of page you want to have on your website, content heavy. Okay. So this is going to show you as the authority, as the source of your industry, of what you're trying to convey, who you're trying to talk to, and let them, like I said, see you as the source. Blog posts, white papers, case studies, all great content, heavy information that you can put out there with a little bit of research and content creation. And then landing pages for lead generation. Those of you that have a product-based business or a service-based business that you are looking to capture more leads. It's a simple page with a form on it, nothing else. Don't give them anywhere else to go. Don't even put a header on the page. That page is designed for somebody to land there from a QR code, from a direct link, from a social share, and there's nothing else for them to do. If they don't want to fill out the form, they have to exit. Some of you guys, that seems excessive. Dude, that's a lot, right? There's a ton of pages out there. So the reason why is because Google. And search engines. They're going to index these pages. They're going to index them. When I say index, I mean they have thousands of little itty bitty spots and spiders that crawl all over the internet and all over websites. And they're going to crawl through your website and they're going to see, does this person in this company know what they're talking about? Do I trust them? Should consumers trust them? And if they should, let me rank them higher in search. This is how to rank on the first page of Google, guys. So they'll put it in search for consumers and then you'll have the opportunity to be found. Now, this is a way to do this without having to pay for it. This is not pay per click. This is putting the right content on the right pages so you can rank in Google for free. All right. Let Google eat. Expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. Demonstrate these 3 things on every single page that you have on your website, and it will happen. You will begin to rank. You will be able to get into Google and hopefully get on that first page. Let me ask everybody a question, and just show of hands. Who has done a Google search and within the last year and actually clicked to page 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. More than I had thought, guys, for real. I don't. All right. So if you're not on the front page, you're not getting clicks, you're not getting found, you're not getting business. And so, like I said initially, this is just the top of the iceberg. There's so much more deep we can go with a lot of these different things. but this is the starter way to get you on that front page of Google. And because you could share this stuff on social. You have all those different landing pages and types of pages and content that you're building. You don't want it to go unnoticed. Share it. And then one other thing, I wanted to include this graph because I think it makes a ton of sense and it resonates with a lot of individuals with businesses and websites and understand this world, at least a little bit. High quality content. This goes back to those content heavy pages. 26% ranking factor in Google. Demonstrate your authority and your knowledge and your expertise. The next one, 17%, having your keywords in the meta title or in your title tags, your metadata. Again, going back to keywords, knowing who your audience is, what they're searching for, and being able to create pages for them on your website to essentially answer their questions and their queries, allowing Google to put you at the top of Google for those keywords. I'm going to skip over backlinks. You can see it's a big one. I could go all day about backlinks, guys, and that is super boring for you, so I don't want to do that. Being in a niche expertise, user engagement, internal links, mobile first website, 2019, Google moved to mobile first. If you're building a new website, you're doing a new startup, you need to make changes to your existing website, you don't like the way it looks, build it for mobile first. 60% plus total searches are on mobile device. Also, Google scans the mobile device first of the website instead of the desktop version. And then you can kind of see a couple different things up there. Having the SSL security, but we'll keep going. Cool. So if you're ready to rank higher in Google, this is the kind of that section you really want to pay attention to. You can see on the right-hand side, there's the bubbles of all the different things that you can do from a marketing initiative that you can put on your website and how you want to structure certain things on the site to have Google understand, see it, rank you, and search for consumers. So we're going to talk a little bit about on-page SEO. So on-page SEO is about keywords and intent, all right? You're answering the questions that the consumers are searching for. You have a target audience. Hopefully you know who that audience is. You want to put those terms all over your website. There is a method to the madness when it comes to keywords and placement. We'll talk a little bit about that. But like I said here, be the source of the information. Oops, I messed up there. So you see the image on the right. Now, I'm not an avid fisherman. I can't enjoy it. But this image on the right-hand side is if you think of your website as the boat, okay? And all your different web pages are your fishermen. You're trying to get traffic to these web pages, these fishermen. This is normal. This is a regular website that was just thrown up by some development company that didn't have any real interest other than making a website sale. This is what happens when you do SEO. Would you rather fish in a pond with 10,000 fish or 500? This is a way to get you in front of those consumers just by putting the right terms on the right pages in the right places, doing marketing. Just SEO. Cool. So mentioned earlier, a lot of it's data heavy, right? So I love transparency, so I'll go ahead and show you this slide, and there's a couple different variations. This is SEMrush, okay? Full transparency. This is a keyword tool, search ranking tool, traffic tool that I use. And this is a search for solar panels. So a couple things I want you to notice here. One is the amount of keywords just for the one vertical of solar panels. 255,000 different searches. Lacey searches different than I do. Danielle searches different than Erica. Hannah searches different than Brandon. There's so many different variations of keywords. Now, Google understands that most of these keywords are semantically aligned. Okay, they understand there's buckets. You see the buckets on the left-hand side. Install, wattage, cost, roof, home, battery. All these are different buckets with a different number of keywords within those buckets. Now, the next thing I want you to notice here is the intent. So a lot of these keywords have different intent behind them. You can see the top one, solar panels, that's a commercial-based term. The consumer is looking to learn more about solar panels in general, okay? The third or fourth one down is transactional and informational. Same kind of concept, but they might be looking to purchase a Tesla solar panel. So there's a ton of different ways you can look at these keywords for your business and say, is this a transactional term, an informational term? And make sure you appropriately put these pages or these keywords on your pages. Next thing is search volume. 201,000 people per month search for the keyword term solar panels just to learn more about it. Now, at the bottom, solar panels for sale, 18,000. So if we do a little bit of math there, you can figure out there's really only 18,000 people that monthly that are interested in purchasing a solar panel, whereas there's 200,000 people searching to learn and educate themselves about it a little bit more in one instance or another. So it goes back to the fishing. Would you rather fish in a pond with 200,000 or 18,000? Well, I'd like to get more impressions and more views. I'm going to put solar panels on my page. But you can support that page and that keyword with these semantically aligned terms. Sweet. We already talked a little bit about the different buckets here, but I definitely wanted to make sure that you guys got to see this because this is different for every single keyword term out there. Autism awareness. Danielle, what's your business? Yes. Oh, maybe is that not your name? Oh, Drizel, I'm sorry. Financing. Absolutely. So financing, financial advisor, financial planners, all different buckets, exactly like this. Thousands of people searching every single month. So use those keywords. So where do you use them? On your website, on your web pages. There's a difference between a website and web pages. One website has multiple web pages. You want to do specific keywords on individual web pages so we can differentiate solar panels from financial, from whatever other industry you're maybe in, right? So put the keyword in the URL. And when you talk about the metadata and the page title, keep it into those specifics, 512 pixels and 160 characters. And then put it in the content, put it in there naturally. Don't try to overstuff because Google's going to say, hey, you just listed the word solar panels 77 times within 150 words. That's a red flag. I'm not going to rank you. So the rule of thumb here is your primary keyword should be in the URL, in the page title, in the meta description, in the H1, in the H2s, and all over the page and throughout the content. So use the keyword once for every 100 words. Don't overdo it. Use semantically aligned terms as well. Cool. So let's move a little bit more towards local. We've been talking about local a little bit throughout the presentation, so let's talk a little bit more in detail. Google My Business. If you don't have a Google My Business, go to Google and literally search Google My Business. And then go through the prompts and they'll literally hold your hand going through 10 different pages. And you'll have a Google My Business, which means you will have the opportunity to show up in Google Maps. Okay, that goes back to first page search, second page click, right? Only few people went to that second page. If somebody does a search, the map pack comes up, you're sitting right there. They can call you, they can message you, they can click to your website, they can view everything about you right from that Google My Business page. Don't forget about Bing. Anybody who gets a new computer that might be over the age of 55-ish probably doesn't know how to change their browser over to Google, and so they're going to be doing Bing searches. So make sure you have a Bing Places account as well, and that way you can show up in Map Pack in Bing as well. Okay, directory listings and location pages. So let's talk a little bit about, well, first of all, here's the map, right? You guys have all seen it. If you're first, you're going to get the most clicks. It is what it is, okay? If you don't have a Google My Business, you can't even show up here, okay? So create a Google My Business. You can see the reviews, hours of operation, click to the website, get directions if it's a physical business. Cool. Directory listings. Talk quickly on this. We at HOA.com do a business snapshot report. They're free. This is an example of a ton of, I think there's like 55 plus of local directories. So if you do have a local business, request a snapshot from me. We'll be on a Zoom call. It'll be a little bit different because you'll only see about this much of me. But if you're not listed here, here's your opportunities. Every single one of these sites here, Google knows them. They like them. They trust them. Just because you haven't seen every single one of these, or maybe you have, doesn't mean that Google doesn't know them. So a couple things here. One is business name. Okay. If you're not listed, you can't be found, right? So you need to get listed. Number two is website. By most of these websites you see here, and there's a lot more, guys, they have a website field. It gives you a backlink. It gives you SEO value. It shows Google that you're active in business, you're doing good business, you're actively doing marketing, you are available for new clients locally, and some of those are national. So have a listing, super easy. And I can give you a full snapshot report. So just go to hoa.com/snapshot. Cool. Location pages. So we've talked about it a couple times. I definitely want to take a little bit of time on this, but again, I could go all day long on layout and structure and that kind of stuff. Brandon's over there looking like, yep, I know. I've heard this. I preach it to my team all the time. Guys, we got to get these things up. So you can kind of see here, we talked a little bit about it earlier, but website.com/locations. Hit your top cities. Let's say you're only local in Phoenix. Okay, build out Phoenix and Gilbert and Glendale and Chandler and Peoria. And oh, you know what? We're going to expand down to Tucson in a couple months. Let's build a page for Tucson today. And so when we launch in Tucson in 3 months, we already have an internet presence. Okay, so Google sees these pages and it takes them time to understand who you are, what you're doing. And it takes them a good 30, 60, 90 days for them to actually put them into their search index. Could be quicker. It depends. But don't expect a flood of organic Google traffic until you have a page and it's been live for 30, 60, 90 days. Cool. On-page content, keep it local. Show images. If you're talking about Phoenix, show a picture of Phoenix. You're talking about Chandler, show the big Chandler water tower or the Gilbert water tower. Those images are going to resonate with the individuals who are landing on those pages. And they're going to say, oh, I know exactly where that is. I drive past that on my way to work. And then they're going to understand that you're an authority just based on the imagery. Cool. Any questions on the SEO? Yes.
Are you just loading the same index page on all of those, or
Custom pages. Absolutely. 100% custom content. Okay, so it's your business information, your product, plus city. Every URL is different. You can have a template. You can have a page template. So let's talk about the financial space, right? So the URL would be Financial Planner Phoenix. And then the page title would be Financial Planner Phoenix. And then the heading tag would be how to find or why you need Financial Planner in Phoenix. And then another heading tag, the H2, because you can only have one H1, multiple H2s, would be how financial planners can help you grow this year in Phoenix. The next section, the next H2, the next heading, any other different variations. So template the page, but do not use the same content. Yeah, sure. Yes and no, because we want to make sure it's still high quality. So thanks for bringing that up. I would definitely suggest, and actually I have one of these in the tools in the very, very last slide, readability checkers. If you're going to use AI information and AI content, it can be an easy way to do things and a scalable way to do things. But definitely run your content through readability checkers, Grammarly checkers, all that good stuff. So you're putting out the highest quality information on your website. Google's seeing you as an authority, and they're not seeing potentially content that's been reused. You want to be the source. You want to be the source of the information and provide high value content. Cool. Cool. Let's move into social media. How much time I got? Good. On track. That's good. Okay. Your brand should be here. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter what your business is. These are the top 9 that you should be on. Okay. Now, it makes sense for certain types of businesses to be on very niche specific platforms, and that's okay. And that's great. You should be there too. But if you're not on at least these top 6, you're not doing all of your customers a service here because you're not getting in front of them where they are. That's where your customers are. They get off work and they go straight to their socials. It's just what they do. Sweet. Why? Creates social ripple. So I stole this GIF from Jurassic Park. You guys remember the scene where the guy is dipping his finger and he's having a water droplet go off his hand and that kind of stuff. It's a social ripple. What you're doing by going onto these social media platforms and posting your information is you're creating that social ripple. And you can kind of see my list here. It's creating a brand identity, and it's increasing your brand awareness and exposure, and giving your customers a way to engage with you or you to engage with them, vice versa. It can attract influencers and brand ambassadors, okay? Somebody really loves your brand and what you're doing, autism awareness. One of my boys' baseball coaches, he has an autism tattoo on his chest because his son is autistic. And so he could be one of those brand ambassadors for you. So you may not have been able to find him if you're not on social. Good. It gives you an opportunity to learn what your customers want. People love to complain on social media. Okay. Yes, absolutely. So listen to what they want. Listen to what they're saying. Check the comments. Don't just push it out there so they can see it and then never touch it again. If you get likes and shares and comments, engage with them. Hey, thanks for sharing this. Hey, I'm glad you liked this. What was your favorite part? Oh, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. How can I make it better for you? Right? So there's a customer service aspect to it as well. Okay. It generates buzz in responses. We talked about that. Encourages earned media and shares and recommendations. Again, so not only is it your social ripple, but it's theirs. Once they share it to their audience, you just got in front of a brand new group of audience that you hadn't been in front of in the past. And then one of them shares it. There's that ripple starting to increase, right? So that going back to that Jurassic Park GIF right there. You can also become, through the high quality content, video, imagery, all that good stuff, the go-to source for that information. Okay, so if I don't remember your name. If D over here starts putting out really great information about financial planning in 2023 and how to do XYZ, and she does this on a consistent weekly basis, putting out great information, tools, assets that people can use. People are going to start to see her as the source, and they're going to say, what does D say? What does D say? What's she saying is going to happen in the financial market this April, this May, this quarter, this year, next year, 5 years from now? Don't be afraid to go out there and forecast what you think is going to happen, because that's what it is. It's just a forecast, okay? But that will show you as an authority in your space and as a source of information, the source of information for your business. And then also it helps make a good customer journey, okay? Sweet. Also, you can manage this stuff on desktop. You don't have to do it all from your phone. Log in on your desktop, okay? And manage a lot of the stuff, because it can be really annoying and hard to do it all on mobile. I want to share some data with you. I'm just going to bust through these real fast. I'm not going to read them all. But I think that the one that sticks out to me is 85% of all videos displayed on Facebook are watched on mute. Now, we're going to move into video marketing strategy next. So this is kind of prefacing. This is my segue into that. But if you're going to be creating videos, you need to capture those individuals within the first 5 seconds, because people's attention spans small. And also, if you have some valuable information over audio in a video, they're not hearing it. And then I think that another cool one here is this bottom one. 51% of adults don't actually know how Facebook works, essentially, is what that says, right? Cool. So triple trifecta for Facebook and Instagram. Now, we're not going directly into video, but we'll get there. Posting. Cross-post information. Connect your Google My Business, connect your Facebook and your Instagram. You want to post twice, or you want to post more efficiently and post once? Go into Google or Meta Business Suite and make that connection. Post once instead of twice. It's more efficient. And then claim your vanity URLs. Instead of having facebook.com/0589725 it would be autism awareness, HOA.com, financial planning, whatever consultants. This works on every single social media platform. Claim your vanity URL. Next, follow people, follow companies. Make sure they are local if you're a local business. If not, that's okay. Industry relevant. So if you're in the real estate industry, you don't need to be out there. Following, boxing guys or boxing, whatever. Keep it relevant. If you want to follow those boxers, do it on your own personal accounts. And then authoritative. So make sure that you're not following a brand new business. You can if you're trying to help them out, but don't go out there and follow all these people that are brand new to Instagram. Follow the people who have thousands of followers. So that way they can talk about you and promote you as you promote them. And then we start talking about referrals and we go a lot deeper. Okay. Engagement. Like, comment, share. Super easy. Show them that you're watching. They'll show you. So how you get more followers. By following these kind of three, this trifecta, triple trifecta, you can get more followers on your accounts by doing all three of these things. A lot of it is if you follow a lot of people, let's just call it 50 a day. You're scrolling, follow, scroll, follow, scroll, follow. I just followed 3 in 3 seconds. 50% roughly, 40 to 60, 60 to 70, depending on your market, your business, your industry, how cool your profile picture is, whatever. Half of them are going to follow you back. Okay. So you follow 50 a day, that's 250 a week. So you can expect at least 125 to follow you after the first week. Test me. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me see how it works. Cool. What to post, guys? This is awesome. This is where it starts to get fun. Okay. Here is a list of stuff you can post every single day. There is no shortage of stuff you can post on social media. Here's a list. One every single day. Every single day you have something new. Blog post, poll, new feature and product announcement, a new event that the Autism Awareness is hosting. Post that stuff up, guys. Cool. Any questions on social media? Sweet. We're going to move into video. Make sure I have enough time. 9 minutes. I can do that. Shifting gears into video. Okay. Video strategy. Now, my animations are not perfect on this slide, so I'm going to have to go all of them all at once. Oh, go ahead.
I have a quick question. So for the 50 a day, is that across all platforms, like 50/50, or like just in general?
So 50 is a guide, right? So I'm just saying that it's whatever makes sense for you if you have the amount of time, but to directly answer your question, each platform.
Thanks.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. Like I said, my animations are messed up on this one, so we're going to go through it all. Oh, maybe not. Okay, it didn't work on my test slide. So let's talk about video strategy, video marketing strategy. We're going to plan it out. We're going to do it together right here, right now. So first thing you want to do is identify your customers. Good place to start is how people are getting to your website. You can look at that through analytics. You can use that SEMrush tool that I was telling you about. That'll show you who's searching for what and what keywords have the most search volume. Also, if they're commercial, they're learning about you, or if they're ready to buy. So identify your customers. Secondarily, answer the questions of the customer that they have. Provide an FAQ. Yes, have an FAQ page or a section on your site, but for each individual product or section or piece of your business that has questions, answer the questions. Tell them. Be transparent. They love it. Some of them do. Product comparison. Why would they want to buy your product over a competitor's product? What makes you different? Let them know. And then there's the benefit. So that's kind of supporting that blue section. How to take action, why you need to take action, and how, right? So here's your landing page, here's your form. You have the next page is a thank you so much. Here's my products, here's my services, here's my cart, whatever the case is. We can do, when you talk about funnels and things like that, we can sit down and do that together, and or give it a shot, and let's see what you come back with. It's not about making the pie, it's about how good the pie tastes. It's not about sausage, it's pie. So one of the things that has been said in the HOA.com world is it's not how good or it's not about how the sausage is made, it's how good it tastes. But I like sausage too, but I think pie resonates a little bit better. Cool. Determining what videos to make, right? So I showed you the long list of social media posts that you can do, and do one a day minimum, by the way. But what videos do I make, right? We're going to plan it again. There's a bunch of them. Tips and tricks, how-tos, podcasts, interviews, what to look for, is testimonials. That's a good one. Make them fun. Have fun with it. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be daunting. It shouldn't be something you dread. It's not a chore. Make it fun, because it's going to shine through when they're watching that video. These people look miserable, or these people are having a really good time. I want to be a part of that. How to create your videos. You do not need a professional studio. You don't, especially with the iPhones and all the video. I don't even know. I'm when it comes to iPhones, I've typically been an Android guy until the last 2 years. But you can set up an iPhone, put it on video mode, do iMovie, do iCapture, do whatever. And so if you're in the field, we talked a little bit about what type of videos to make. Realtors, painters, plumbers, roofers, pools, landscaping, financial, autism awareness, whatever the case is. Show the real life situation. Show there's people behind the company. People love seeing that. It's transparency. They want to know who you are, right? Behind the screen, marketing assistants, admin roles, Zooms, testimonials, interviews, seasonal market trends. It's all great stuff that you could do with a phone in front of your face. We haven't even talked about vertical video, viral video, social media video, Instagram Reels, none of that. I didn't talk about any of that in my social section. You could do all that and then post it on social. New products, thought leadership. We talked a little bit about thought leadership. And then product comparisons. So where to put your videos? Listen up. You can have a profile on all 5 of these, or all 4 of those. This is the way that I have found is the best way to do it. Upload your video to YouTube. Don't put it straight on Facebook. It's harder than shit to try and download and put on your website. Upload your video to YouTube, categorize it, do all that stuff we'll talk about in a second, and then embed the YouTube link on your site. So YouTube first, then website. If you have some of these other follow-up or secondary video platforms, you can also list them there. And then once the video is on YouTube and your website, then you can post and share on social media. But you definitely want the video on your website, because when you do a Google search, or a consumer does a Google search and they see an indented placement in Google of a video, they want to watch it. If it's not on your site, you can't get that indented placement. Optimizing your video. But how do I get that thing to rank in Google? Here's how. Title, description, tags, categories. Unless you're autism awareness for kids, probably not for kids. It can get a little tricky. Like, yeah, kids can watch this, but it's not targeting kids. Captions, watermarks, and there's a ton more. Go into the settings. Go into the settings to click open every single setting on a video and put something there. That's called optimization. A little bit more about YouTube. Optimize your videos. Number 1, create playlists on your channel. That way it's categorized, right? Google can also index playlists. Claim your handle, youtube.com/handle. We talked about vanity URLs already. Upload your videos, then post on social. We talked about that. And then playlists and put them on your website. So it's kind of a recap, right? So I was thinking, man, I'm right on time. Tools to take home. Let's talk a little bit about these. Take a picture if you'd like. These are all free tools. Okay, so free tools that support your marketing efforts. You don't have to pay for them. They're complimentary. SEMrush, right? In case I didn't speak correctly or clearly. SEMrush. Technical SEO schema markup generator. We didn't talk about this today either. Schema markup is a data validation code, JSON code, that you put in the back end of a custom CSS or HTML page. You could do a JSON or different versions. But this essentially says, hey, Google, here's my company, here's my business, and here's my silver platter. Come eat it. Come have it. Come put it in your search. Schema markup, check it out. It's really fascinating. It's not hard. That is a generator tool. You don't have to know code. You have to know your business name, phone number, email address, a URL for a logo, and it spits out the code for you. Same thing with the next one, or actually not the next one, number 4. Same thing with the metadata. Number 4 is that you enter your information. What's this page about? Okay, it's about this stuff. It'll generate those campaigns, UTM tracking parameters for Google Analytics, okay? Number 3, I'm backtracking a little bit, Learning Center, Google, okay, so a page title. The little blue links you see in Google when you do searches, 512 pixels. Okay, if it's more than that, it's going to give you the ... and whatever you want to try and tell your consumer is not going to, they're going to cut off the end. And then the meta description is 160 characters. Same thing, you're going to get the ... and you're not going to be able to convey your entire message. And that's the first impression they have of your business, is when they find it on Google. Readability checker, that one's free. Looking at marketing, QR code monkey. We didn't talk about QR codes today at all. I had to fit all this in 45 minutes. You need to give me another spot. QR code monkey. This can create QR codes like you saw on the first screen. You have different eye colors, custom colors. I can put my picture in there, which you'll see on the next slide. Like that. Yeah, woo. So QR code monkey. Use it. It's free. Generate QR codes. Put them everywhere. Get people to scan and land on your pages. Raw Pixel, Pexels, Unsplash, and freeimages.com. Free image, royalty free. Okay. These can be check the copyright usage on them because some of them can't be used for commercial. But for the most part, these 4 places you can get free images for your company. You talk about an Easter event. There's pictures of little kids picking up Easter. So use those. Email on Acid. This one's not free. I lied. This one is not free, but it is really, really cool. If you're going to do email marketing, we didn't talk about email marketing either. You can run your email campaigns through this tool, and it'll tell you everything down to the T of what is wrong with it to make it higher, to give it higher deliverability. Have your shit get delivered. Unbounce, A/B testing tool. And then I couldn't go without my shameless HOA.com plug in there. HOA.com. Okay, so we create pages on our website for professionals who serve homeowners. You serve homeowners? Sweet. Come talk to us. So that's almost the end. Questions and comments. If you want to meet with me, there's my QR code. You see the colors, QR monkey. I generated that thing. And then my calendar link. Okay. So if you have any questions, want to talk about anything specific, any other marketing tips, there's so much today that we didn't talk about. I told you about it, that we didn't talk about. So there's my stuff, guys. Hopefully you took something from this. Was it that bad? No. Go ahead.
I got 2 questions.
Yeah.
Specifically on the video embedding, does it make the question specifically for ranking?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense to throw it throughout the website or have a section of videos, how to embed those videos?
Great question. So I would absolutely suggest having a video page, okay? But also embed that video into the relevant pages that it speaks to. Okay, so what's your business?
We do automated software, SMS software.
Okay, so yes, I would say for your business, definitely have a videos page. This is how you craft the perfect text message. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. And so you can kind of have the FAQ video section, if you will. Right. And then as each one of those individual videos has probably that landing page talking about how to craft the perfect text message, definitely embed that in there. It'll give Google the opportunity to find both pages. And because the one with content, the actual page, not the videos page, is has supporting information and good high quality information, that one's probably going to be the first one to rank. But they both have the opportunity to do so.
And then we just started using what do you not pronounce it? Vimeo.
Vimeo.
Yeah. What how do you what's a good way to market with that video for you guys?
So one of the big perks with Vimeo is it integrates really well with like Roku's. So any video streaming channels or sites, that's one piece of it. But Vimeo is more of a YouTube for developers, kind of, if that makes sense. But Vimeo videos do rank in search as well. Absolutely, absolutely. I would say explore the live stream channels through Vimeo, because Roku plays really, really well with Vimeo. Go on, guys. Any questions? Any other questions? I either did my job or it was so boring you fell asleep.
Spencer, what are the three most important things you would recommend for marketing? Take away tomorrow. Put my business tomorrow.
Put in your business tomorrow, I would say good. First thing first, have a conversation with me and request a snapshot. Okay, hoa.com/snapshot. I'll tell you so many things, so many areas of improvement from a digital aspect that you don't even know you need, because you don't know what you don't know. hoa.com/snapshot. I'll show you a whole report. It takes me a good 45 minutes to get through on one report, because there's so much information there. And so that's number one. Number two is I would say definitely take a detailed look at your website SEO, because that stuff is free. You're not paying PPC. You're not paying per click for that. Make sure you have the right keywords on the right pages and people are able to find it. Because if they can't find it on Google, if Google can't find it, they can't find you. You're not going to get any traffic. It's not free. Third thing, make sure you're putting out good high quality information and sharing it on social for real. That's going to create that ripple. Pay entry.
I was kind of shocked about the amount of people watching videos on YouTube. Would you say putting in subtitles on every video makes sense or not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when it comes to that, between subtitles and transcriptions, that's all content Google can see. So when you're talking about like videos, Google's getting smarter every day, but they can't watch a full video and understand it like a human can. Google is just like videos with images. Google can't determine a chocolate chip cookie from a Chihuahua, for real, or a piece of chicken from a Labradoodle or whatever kind of dog that is. So absolutely subtitles and captions and transcriptions, 100%. Yes, sir. Right in YouTube. Right in YouTube. Absolutely. You just click upload, and then you add the title and the description and the categories and the tags. And then you click next, and it goes to captions. I believe it's captions is the next page. And then the third page is a copyright check. And then the fourth page is, hey, publish. And do you want to have it public, private, or unlisted? So it is right there on YouTube. Yes, sir.
Can you talk a little bit about reviews? You're hearing a lot about bot reviews. What's going on with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Google is trying to provide searchers with the most comprehensive information possible, right? So when they list people, especially within map packs, because of the reviews, they have the opportunity to rank in Google Maps as well, right? I can't necessarily speak to the bots leaving reviews. Google is a fairly smart company to understand the history behind some of these accounts that are leaving these reviews, and they should know to some extent, unless these accounts have been nurtured for years and years and years. Hopefully they would be able to identify and determine that that a review is fake or bought, considering I know companies that they have real reviews that Google won't show. So everybody in this world has an educated guess on what Google does and how they do it and how their algorithm works. Nobody really knows except for probably 5 people within the Google company, right? So I can't give you an answer on what. I mean, my recommendation is to continue to ask for reviews, and if there is a bot review, you can report it. You can report it. Bot reviews happen on Facebook. Fake reviews happen on Facebook too. So that would be one other thing you guys can all check over your Facebook business page, click on the reviews tab, and make sure they're not talking about Forex trading all over your site, because they do. And does that answer your question? I'm sorry. Yep. No, I mean, there's hackers and spammers out there everywhere, even on social media, everywhere. So if you get some of those bot reviews, those Forex trading things, or unless you're in that industry, report them. That's all you can do. And my last little thing on reviews is go by the rule of 3. So let's say you have 20 clients in your database, 20 referral partners. So you have 40 individuals you want to get reviews from, push them into your Google My Business. Rule of 3 is on today, let's just say today's Monday, send out 3 emails or text messages to 3 people. That's it. And then wait 3 days to send another 3. Because if all of a sudden you take this list of 40 and you send them, hey, give me some reviews, and Google, and 10 of them do it in the same day, that's a red flag. Google's going to put up a red flag. They're not going to leave those reviews, and they're not going to count them because they didn't come naturally. So 3 on Monday, wait 3 days, do another 3. Wait 3 days, do another 3. Wait 3 days, do another 3. So it's a drip, and it looks natural. Cool. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for your time today.